Valentine week is officially here, and now your feed is gonna be flooded with loved ones. Let's be real. I hate this shit. Not because it's clingy, which actually it is, because I'm single. And seeing everyone in happy relationship will definitely gonna make you feel a little bit insecure, right? But you guys know I'm not the type to let that get to me. Secret? Few habits that just take 5 to 10 minutes a day, but over time build lasting self love. So, whether you're single, busy, or you just want to feel more secure about yourself, these habits will change the game for you as well. These habits are basically my go to self love habits for those days when I'm so busy that I do not have the time to follow my usual self care routine. Those are the days I use these habits. Now, as you guys know what I'm talking about, let's get straight to the video. To unfollow to protect your energy. I have been unfollowing and blocking people within a first second I started to feel that that account or that person is not good for me. To protect your peace is to block, is to unfollow, unfriend everyone who just makes you feel like you are not okay or slight a sign of insecurity because you're feeling bad. And I am using that for a really long period of time since I was in my 11th standard, I guess. That's where I started to unfriend and unfollow all the people who does not align with me. And those friends like who have to post stories no matter what is going on in their life, or they have to like just post everything about their life. And I was like, they're quite annoying. Like every time I open my social media apps, they has to be there. They are the first people. And I was like, man, you're too much. I could not stand such people. And that is the reason why none of my school friends, except those three girls who are actually my friend, none of them are there on my social media, none of my social media. Because I just feel like every time I look at people's and I was like, I'm not feeling well. I'm not okay. So I need to protect my peace. And this act, I don't think like you have to feel ashamed when you unfollow people because that's about you. If I'm not feeling comfortable, if I'm not feeling comfortable what I'm saying on my phone, that's in my hand. That is my responsibility. You just have to unfollow them, unfriend them. Who cares? And you don't really need to explain this. And that is also the reason why none of my college classmates, they always like ask me to add them on my social media, but I was like, no, we don't need it unless you are my really close friend, unless we talk every single day, unless we're like such bond. Don't allow anyone to have access to you, even though it doesn't matter if you post anything on social media or not. You just have to protect your peace. And I know this week is going to be so annoying. Everyone is going to share all the things that I don't like at all. And they're so cringy. That is. Unfollow them. And if you can't, just for a week, do it. Try that. This is such an easy act, but it was so helpful because at the end of the day, that's you, that's your social media, and that's what you choose to consume through social media because it's not their fault but yours if you allow them access to in your life, if you allow them, if you are the one who's looking for celebrity gossip. They are not coming to tell you if this is happening. You're the one who's interested. So please use your phone for things that actually makes you feel better about yourself, not for those unnecessary shit that does not have to be here. Just don't give them access to you anymore. Habit number two is to create some space for your reflection. Don't get me wrong, we are not talking about goals. I'm talking about you. I'm not talking about why you procrastinate or why you haven't achieved that goal or what you're mistaking. I'm asking you. I'm asking you to write about or to think about why you are feeling, what you are feeling, what do you really need in the present moment. Is it love? Is it attention? Is it care? What is this? What do you need? Because let's be honest, that busy girl or workaholic girls that we started to normalize, it's not normal. If you ask me, I can be the person who can work all day and all night without getting distracted, but I'm also the person who takes weeks or sometimes months to get that thing. Both is you. But the only thing is, sometimes it's not about your goals, it's not about how your life is going, it's about how you're feeling. Because it's, and especially when you are feeling lonely inside, and I prefer this especially for introverts, because these are the people who felt loneliness the most, or they overthink a lot, or as well as they have the inner critic, because these things are actually their inner monsters. They are the one, their inner monsters are beating them so much. So if you are one of that person, you have to understand that you are taking care of yourself, and sometimes you need to just sit and just be with you, be with your thoughts, and think about what you need. It's not about your goals. It's not about what you have achieved and what you didn't. It's about what you are feeling in the present moment. If you are not happy, why? What you are lacking? What is something that doesn't make you feel fulfilled? Because the one who's secure is the one who felt so good about herself, she doesn't feel lonely. So all those things does matter. That's about your mental health. How was it? I am asking you, how was your mental health? How are you feeling today? How are you feeling while watching this video? Are you happy? Are you feeling like to cry? Do you want to talk to someone? Do you have anyone you can talk? These are the things. Because as being a person who felt lonely at its core, I can understand what it feels to be lonely, to not have anyone to talk with. See, this is the time you need to stand up for yourself and ask yourself what you really need, what you need in the moment. It's not about your goals, it's about you. And that simple thing actually changes your life, because you are taking some time to just be you without thinking about your goals, because they are a part of you, they're not you. But sometimes you need to understand who you are and what you are just in the moment. Habit number 3 is to fill your head with positivity. Okay, don't get me wrong, but I'm not talking about meditation, and I'm also not talking about journaling. What I'm actually talking about is one of my smallest habit that I am so much grateful for, is when I'm in the most busiest day of my life, is I have so many things to exist in my day, and some days I ended up doing nothing. And that's the fact. So one of the things that I do, and when I'm not feeling confident, is to read those short quotes. You can find them on Pinterest, you can find them on other social media apps. They're so good. So I used to read all those things, and that really just made me feel so good about myself. So that is the time when I start to develop the habit of reading positive quotes in the morning, and especially the days when I'm not feeling confident, when I'm not feeling like myself, when life was like so much overwhelming and I have nothing and I could not express gratitude for anything. That's where all you gotta do is, that's where you can just open your phone, whatever the social media you are on, just search, or I don't need to search because I used to read them, so they just come on its own. So I just read them. That those one line quotes is life changing. And all of these habits and all of these habits that we are discussing in this video, they will not going to make a they will not feel like a big thing. They're so small, but as I said, on the long term, when you are doing that for a really long period of time, you started to love them, and you started to feel so good about your life, just because you follow these small habits in your life. Because as in the book Atomic Habits, we learn that small habits can make really difference in your life. So that's about making your life better. So have few moments of gratitude. And that's how those small quotes pay into your day. You can read affirmations if you want to, and you can just follow a lot of accounts on Insta, and you can follow those accounts if you want. So one more thing that I started to do, so you can also add to learn about your zodiac sign, whatever your zodiac sign is. Mine is Cancer. So the first time, I have no idea what it is like to be a Cancer, but there is a day, one day I'm just scrolling, and there's a post of related to Cancer. And that's the first time I read something about my zodiac sign. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. And that's the first time I started to learn about my zodiac sign a little bit, their characteristics, their strengths, their weaknesses, how they are, or how they like to dress, what are the those people, and some funny memes about them. Funny memes are also interesting. I was like, there's another way to just boost your energy, and they're way better than you just watching someone else blog that makes no value. I'm not saying that you shouldn't watch blogs. Go for it, but go with wellness, those who inspire you to be a better version of yourself, not those sluggish people who are just doing anything. Okay, so you can learn about your zodiac sign. This is so interesting. You can also read that baddie bitch codes, the sarcastic one. They're so funny and they're so good. All these things are really helpful to give you that punch of happiness, especially on those days when you're not feeling like yourself. There's such a small act of self love that you're doing for yourself, but still, that pays a lot in a long run. And the last one is to write it out. Whatever that is going on in your head, just write it out. One of my best habits is to write. Whatever that is going on in my life, I love to write. This is my way of relieving my stress. All I do is just grab my journal. You can take any book you want. You can take your laptop, your iPad, whatever that is. Just write about it. Whatever that is going on in your head, just write it. As many pages as you want to fill, just fill them. As many things as you want to. Whatever your emotions are, just write them. Whatever that is going on, getting on your nerve, whatever that bothers you, just write about it. This is one of the best habits I have since I am 10 or 11 years old. I have this soft core about writing. Still, I'm not a writer, but I just feel that every time I start to write, it turns out to be amazing. When I was 12 or 13, what I basically do is I make stories a lot. Yeah. Now, if you ask me, I don't know what it is, like short stories. As a child, I never realized this, but when I started to understand myself, that's where I was like, that's such a great habit. That's such a fun thing that I started to make stories about what I'm feeling. There's gonna be so many stories that I can still recall that I have made on the basis of what I'm feeling. So yeah, that's such a great way that I have to relieve your stress. And writing is one of the best habits you can ever learn. Now I don't make stories, but I still write that. So this is such a great habit that you can build in yourself, which is such an easy one, but can help you relieve your stress as much as possible and give you that boost of self-love, because whatever the problem it is, you are the solution for this. And that's it. Simple habits that take barely 10 minutes but makes all the difference. I hope this video adds a little bit value in your lives, and I also wish that now you're feeling a bit secure about yourself. And if you appreciate what I talk about, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, because I post such content every week, and the next video is going to be really helpful if you are on your self-love journey. And if you are also planning to start your self-love journey, I have also posted a video on how to start your self-love journey the right way. And that's all for the video. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, bye.